Good evening. Welcome to the Janaea Netball Centre for round 12 of the Opens Premier League. I'm Brittany Carter. With just 3 rounds left till the semis, this competition is really starting to heat up. And we could not have picked a tighter clash to bring you on Bar TV at this stage of the season. It's the UTS St George Sparks against the Panthers, 7th v 8th. But don't be fooled about ladder position. We're expecting a pretty tight clash here on the ShowCourt. Both these teams have only won 2 games this season. They're tied at 4 points on the ladder, and just 0.28 of a point separates them in goal percentage. They've got 2 tough games coming up to finish the season, so this game is the battle of the bottom of the ladder and the battle for the wooden spoon. Let's head to the teams. For the UTS Sparks tonight, Coach Moira Gaha has got her powerhouse woman, Christina Bryce, in the goal shooting bib. Nat Elridge in goal attack with her, Beryl Friday out the front in wing attack, Nawe Isles in centre, Belinda Loveday in wing defence, and rounding out the team in defence, Cara Stiles in goal defence and Keely Rodrigo in goalkeeper. I've already seen a turnover from the Panthers to kickstart the match, and we should probably head through their team before they score their first goal. For the Panthers tonight, Lisa Behag, their coach, has got Nalani Makunde in goal shooter. With her, Danielle Di Bartolo, goal attack. Out the front, Chelsea Bolton in wing attack. Caitlin Begley in centre. Leilani Soleasi in wing defence. Leah Tavita in goal defence. And with her, Georgette Parch, the captain, in goalkeeper tonight. So good signs for the Panthers early, able to turn over the first centre. And it looks like they're going to convert their second here. Up by 2. Isles coming back to Stiles. Long ball to Friday. Round the back. Up and over. Chrissy Price, the target. An easy goal for UTS. And they're on the board, 2-1. Bolton straight to Di Bartolo, who heads to the pocket. Oh, bounces off Makunte's head. She's able to gather it and slot it through. Keeping a 2-goal buffer early, the Panthers. Isles finds Elridge waiting on the transverse line for the centre pass. Friday to Isles. In front now to Elridge. Quick feet in the pocket. Penalty given inside. Elridge to take it on the baseline. Missed. Nice rebound. Finishes the job. Bolton with a cut and drive, but the Panthers go back instead. She has got it in the middle. Begley goes straight through the middle. Solasi to Begley. Intercepted by Isles. A&L Canberra Giant. She's got 3 of her teammates on court tonight from the A&L team. And Bryce survives a little battering and gets the goal through. So 5 Giants in total for the UTS Sparks. 4 of them A&L players. And one of them a Super Netball Giant. Fresh from preliminary final on Sunday up against the Lightning. She scored a goal in that match, brought on briefly to replace a blood bin. As the Panthers work around the back of UTS's defence. They're trying to get into the goal third. Bolton springs in and finds Begley in the air, using the pocket. Di Bartolo throwing the ball up to Makunde, who draws a penalty and finishes the effort with a goal. Up by 1 Penrith. Almost 4 minutes gone in this first quarter of round 12. Good pass. Begley 1-2 with Di Bartolo. Was going to put the shot up. Decided to offload. Makunde with a free shot gets the job done. Friday with the edge in height over her defender, Salasi. This time, Salasi was able to get a little tip, timing her jump perfectly. And the Sparks disrupted in their attacking play. Will now take a throw in. Elridge looking to feed, has to go back. UTS have been given a penalty inside. Lovely shot by Elridge. Loopy shot high in the air. Stuck with the second place play, the Panthers. They've got it to their shooter pretty quickly. Cutting out the mess. Breaking call goes against Friday. And so Lassie will take a penalty. Contact call. Bolton driving backwards, gives it to Di Bartolo. Little fake, doesn't get to Begley. Instead they swing the circle and then back quickly. Bartolo coming around the front. Very quick offload. Makunde wasn't ready for it. But she has ended up with the ball and she has got a goal. 7-4. Begley, Di Bartolo. Now Bolton looking to feed. They're not 100% on that feed in. Either Makunde needs to shuffle forward a little and give them more confidence or find some space. Isles coming back to Styles on the centre pass. Now Friday's in the goal third. She's stuck for an option. She pops the ball up and Chrissy Bryce, ever reliable underneath the post. She gets it through. Bolton out for the centre pass. They go long to Begley, edge of the circle. Fake, gives it to Bartolo. And through the hoop. Lovely quick play from the Panthers. You wouldn't believe they're at the bottom of the ladder, or that the Sparks are at 7th. The type of play that's on display. Friday cutting out the mess and deciding to feed straight into Bryce. Within 3. So Lassie doing cut and drive multiple times. The ball's gone through Bartolo's hands. Rodrigo with the throw in. Fake to Styles. Bounces to Isles. Moving fast up the court. Isles is on the edge. Waist high feed. But Elridge has used it to take a penalty. And a long way out, she gets the shot in. Her loopy attempts are looking good early. Now she's out for the centre pass. She comes back to Loveday. Friday in the middle, finds Elridge. Call goes against Chrissy Bryce at the back. That's good umpiring. Begley goes long, inner channel. Makunde's come out. Can she get back in a front position? Di Bartolo, she's trying to use... she just pops the ball down and gets it to her partner in crime. The two seem to have a nice friendship going on there. Di Bartolo looks to go long, but instead decides to go to Bolton in front. They reset through Solasi, and Bolton goes round and through to Makunde. Lovely shot. 11-7, the Panthers. They've started this match very well. The confidence is oozing, and the Sparks getting stuck once they get into the goal third. Great defence from the Panthers early. And Bryce with another. Makes it 8 for the Sparks. Begley to Bolton. No one coming forward. She goes to Begley. Now on the edge of the circle's Di Bartolo. Been able to draw a lot of penalties in that circle so far. And the Sparks need to tighten that up, and then I think they'll find that the Panthers' opportunities are going to become a lot more harder, because Makunde is going to have to move a little bit more. Bolton coming out for the centre pass, breaks. And so the Sparks, through Stiles, now to Elridge and through Isles, go cross court, in the middle, Loveday coming back to Isles. They push through and head back before heading up. One-handed grab by Chrissy Bryce. And she's so tall, there's no way she could miss when she's that close to the post. The difference is 2, 5 minutes till the first break. Loveday to Isles. Long ball, Friday, pocket. Inside now, free shot. Another beautiful loopy pass, swish for Elridge. Bolton coming back. Now it's with Begley. Di Bartolo popped up top. Good contest between these two shooters. Centres, I should say. Begley and Isles. And Di Bartolo will take another shot of goal. She'll offload. Makunde standing tall underneath. Held ball. Nice pressure from the Panthers. Now it's an obstruction. Salasi to Begley. Bolton at the back, in the pocket. Easy feed. Lovely confidence from Di Bartolo, but the ball pops out the back. It ends up with Rodrigo. Now Isles. She'll give it to Loveday. Cross court diagonally. Isles pops the ball up. And Bryce is through. Now they're within 1. Can the Panthers keep their 2-goal buffer? Di Bartolo swings the circle, and Bolton on the edge has stuck for an option. Begley coming through. Easy feed, Bolton to Di Bartolo. Ball pops off the top. That's unlucky, a beautiful shot. Won by Makunde and put through. So backing up each other's efforts, the Panthers. They've got some really good connections happening in this first quarter of round 12 Premier League. A turnover here through the Panthers. Swinging the circle, Begley. Nice drive to get the ball. And 1-2, Di Bartolo. Will let Makunde take the penalty. Both Bolton and Di Bartolo popping out the same hole for the centre pass, confusing their defenders. So Lassie goes cross court to Vida. Oh, long ball to Begley. She's been impressive in the air. No look pass. Shooter. And now the difference is 4. A minute 30 left. Sparks desperate to score. Elridge with a free shot. brings the Sparks back within 3 points. A minute on the clock. Begley comes outside to Di Bartolo. Bolton running through. Little tip from Styles. It's her first input we've seen this match. Bouncing, Friday, Elridge, Isles in the pocket. Friday calling for it over the top. They swing the circle. Oh, and they find Bryce in the air. Back within 2. The Sparks experience really showing. A team that knows how to perform in the pressure moments. Can they bring the difference back to 1 here? Elridge has front position. She'll use Friday on the edge, and they come back over the top of Parch into Bryce. Lovely weighted feed. Dropped just at the right time. 6 seconds on the clock, and the ball is no good. It's over the back line. And we'll go into the first break with 1 goal difference between these two teams. Penrith leading the Sparks 16-15. Heading back out for the second quarter. Penrith Panthers leading the UTS St George Sparks by 1 goal, 16-15. The last time these two teams played each other back in round 5. The Sparks won this match 63-74, and at the first break, it was 21-18 the Sparks' way. So interesting that the Panthers have come out firing first, and the Sparks really need to score this first goal to gain some momentum for the second quarter. Elridge is a long way out, not confident enough to take the shot. Friday helps in the pocket. Tall and strong. The ball pops off the top, and it's a Panthers throw-in. Tavita comes back to Parch. And we've seen a change early. We've got a new goal defence on the court. Oh, wing defence rather. Tavita has stayed in goal defence as she gets the ball now. Up, oh, Begley, she misses the pass. It was too high in the air. And she's been good with her aerial tricks tonight, but she's not that tall. Loveday goes straight to Friday in a channel. Cross court, Isles. Little turn. She'll come back to the transverse line in Loveday. Oh, she's doing everything Nawe Isles. So Lauren Russell is the new wing defence for the Panthers out in court. Di Bartolo, quick work. And McCoon's eye for the ball. Takes Penrith back in front by 1. Elridge stuck on the line. Isles, quick work back with a bounce pass. And they've lost the ball. They do get a throw in. Friday to Elridge. Isles with a front position. And now she's found Bryce in the circle. Begley to Bolton. Pass over the head. Begley finds Di Bartolo. She's got to be careful with that one because the no-look pass is confusing her own players sometimes, Di Bartolo. Macounde underneath. Makes it 18. 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Friday to Elridge. Oh, ball goes through Isles' hands, but Stiles keeps it in play, except it's ended up with Tavita. And now Begley gives it to Russell. Oh, strong pass to Bolton. Oh, again, backing up with another strong pass. Like a bullet through the air to Macounde. And she'll finish the effort. Up by 2 Penrith, 19-17. And the Sparks can't believe that that's not their centre. Di Bartolo keeps it in play in the pocket, and she feeds beautifully to the other shooter, Macounde. Friday cutting through the middle, and Elridge finds Chrissy Bryce, who looks very fit this year. Bolton pops the ball up for Begley in front. Holding on. Ah, the feed is not... Oh, Begley trying to keep it in play has thrown it to Stiles. Isles to Beryl. Friday in the midcourt. Now back to Elridge on the transverse line. Loveday finds Elridge. She goes back. Friday gives it to Isles. Again, they try to reset. Now in the pocket. Isles finds Crucy Bryce, who coming through finds a little space in the right moment. 1 goal in it. 7th V8 on the ladder. Oh, Stiles Beautifully kept that in play, but has passed to Davida. Russell. Ball to Bolton, goes through her hands. Need to work on their grip strength, both these teams. Elridge at the top of the circle. Will use Friday. And now it looks as if there'll be a penalty given right in the middle of the circle. Georgette Pash, the captain, has got a fair bit of strapping on that left shoulder. She had surgery on it last year, hampered her Premier League season. Bolton, quick work. Oh, and it looks like it's no. A call goes against the Panthers in the circle. Styles in the middle, gives it to Friday. Now on the baseline, Elridge heading to the edge. Oh, lovely feed. Just above Parch's head. Tavita reading the play. Great vision. Parch to Russell. They go around the back. Di Bartolo coming back to Davida. Now finds Begley in front. They go lateral to Russell. Just inside the goal third. Oh, and they find Makunde way too easily. Backs it up with a rebound. Spoke before how Makunde might need to move a little more, and she's certainly showing a lot more confidence, pushing through and finding space, as we see a miscommunication, and the Sparks pick up the ball. It's almost like they're just skipping that mid-court, the Sparks. Friday, as soon as she threw it, she knew it was going straight to a Penrith player. Begley to Bolton. They come back, reset. Begley on the edge. Rodrigo pulled up for holding. And if the Sparks can just stop giving away so many penalties in that goal third, they might have a better chance defending them cleanly. Although there is one goal difference in this. It's all on the line. Begley, easy, waist-high feed to Di Bartolo. And the ball pops off the edge of the rim and in through. Begley to Bolton, all alone. Comes back to the centre, to Vida. Going around the back to Di Bartolo. Again, looking as if she's going to swing the circle, but just offloading to Makunde instead. And the Panthers take another little comfortable lead by 3 goals. Isles wastes no time and pops the ball up to Bryce. We're back within 2. 6 minutes 40 before half-time. Bolton to Di Bartolo. There's a call. And we're going to see a change out here on court. Loveday coming off. Making a change with another wing defence. Makunde with a free shot. Takes Penrith back out to 3 goals different. Isles on the edge to Bryce. That height advantage just playing in their favour as she backs up her own rebounds with a goal. 25-23, to the difference. Makunde underneath and comfortable. 5.5 on the clock. Penrith up by 3. Friday looking for an option. She'll come back to Rodrigo, at least she'll try to. Macounde offside, gives the Sparks a chance in the goal third, or the centre third I should say. Elridge tries to find Bryce, but it ends up with Parch. And that's the best you can do when you've got a goal shooter that tall in Chrissy Bryce. You've just got to go out hunting and hope that you can read the play a little better. Di Bartolo 1-2 with Bolton, and now through. 27-23. And the Panthers reward themselves with another centre. Hellball. Friday coming forward. Gives it back to Styles. Quick work, her and Elridge. Back now to our new wing defence. Styles uses the inner channel. She finds Friday. With a contact call, Isles takes a free pass. Both mid-quarters out, Russell and Begley. Friday, lovely feed. Ball sailing through the air. And Chrissy Bryce, such an accurate shooter with her height. Styles, lateral to wing defence. The two working hard because they can't push any further than that. Elridge, Bryce can't keep it in. And Parch has to see past her long arms. Russell to Tavita. They'll take the ball up a little further and get closer to their post. Begley in the air. Good hands from Macounde. And a lovely shot to finish. 28-24. Tavita out for the centre pass. From the back. Goes to Bolton. 1-2. They find Di Bartolo. Looks as if she was going to swing the circle again, but giving it to Macounde. And that no-look pass seems to be working against the Sparks. Rodrigo and Styles working now. Russell coming through. What a brilliant moment. Like Superman through the air, or Superwoman, I should say. And the Panthers, they'll thank her for this opportunity. Can they convert? Minute 50 on the clock. Begley just puts the ball down. Hopes that a Panther ends up with it. And Di Bartolo, these sneaky little feeds and offloads. 1-2. 29-24, the biggest lead of the game so far. 5 goals. Isles throwing the ball up. Bryce just can't keep it in play. An example back to back. Friday called too close. Tavita is giving the ball to Parch for a free pass. They're out of the goal third and into the midcourt. Bolton stuck for an option, has to come back to Parch. Begley's waiting at the back. Through Russell, she gets the ball. Over the top. Can Bolton keep it in play? She does, and she gets it straight to Macounde, who takes them to 30. The Penrith Panthers, they're up against the Sparks by 6 goals. And with a centre in their favour, they've just lost it. Friday to Isles. Elridge decides to use Isles again. Up the top. Oh, ball. Exact popped up in the air. And we're back within 5. 10 seconds on the clock, and it's a Sparks center. Can they add another to the tally? Elridge is inside. Takes the shot. Misses. And they won't take the throw in. At halftime, the Panthers are up by 5 goals, 30-25. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more Premier League action coming in the round 12 of the Opens competition. Heading into the third quarter of this round 12 Opens Premier League clash. The Panthers are up by 5 goals, 30-25. Last time these two teams played, back in round 5. The Sparks were up at this stage 38-30. So the Panthers in good stead for this game, and they need to hang on to the lead. Bolton coming out for the centre pass. We've seen some changes to the Sparks side. They've brought Loveday on in centre, replacing Isles. And Beryl Friday has moved into goal attack, with Nat Elridge heading to the bench as we see the Panthers score first. Styles, oh, what a pass, but it doesn't end up with Chrissy Bryce. To Vida. Oh, Bryce steals it back, just as I'm talking about her. Friday feeds. Able to seal her own fate, it seems. That was nice work from the shooter. Transitioning attack to defence. Using the transverse line. Tavita goes long to Di Bartolo on the edge. Oh, no look pass. Makunde just able to get it in, keep it in play. And on the edge of the baseline, she slots another goal. Isles now into wing attack. And so the player in wing defence for the Sparks that came on in the second quarter is actually Anderson. And she's managed to stay out on court, so the coach is clearly happy with what she's doing. Bolton with the throw-in. Shoulder pass to Begley. She'll find Di Bartolo on the edge. Again, no look pass. Almost not needed in that scenario, but it looks pretty cool. So Moira Gaha just switching up her options when it comes to the attacking end. Just shuffling some people around to get a bit of a different aspect going. To Vida with a free pass, goes to Begley, laterally. Now Russell will find Bolton just in front. Again, they go sideways, and now Di Bartolo. Oh, Makunde's picked up a penalty. With a little high five, the two shooters declaring they're happy with the work. 34-27. Begley to Bolton. She goes round a player in Friday at the back. Bounce, back and forth. Begley at the top. So Makunde, a very young player, but really shining here tonight. The Panthers up by 7 goals. And Parch gives away a penalty. Bryce to take it. The crowd very quiet here tonight. Bolton bounces to Di Bartolo. Don't know who the ball was meant for, but Bolton got there in the end. Makunde underneath takes the Panthers to 36. Isles just making the contact from Russell. Very clear. Styles to Friday. Quick ball to Isles. Just gives her a little nod and directs her where to go. In front now, Bryce. Good as gold. The Sparks creeping towards the 30-goal mark. So I keep bringing up the last time these two played, but it's quite incredible how many goals were scored in that game. 74-63, that is a massive amount from either side really, considering most of the games in this league are in the 50s. Loveday to Isles, who's out quick for the centre pass. They come back to Anderson. Little fake. She goes back to Isles. And there's still no options there. Now back to Styles. Anderson goes round the back. Loveday to Friday, popping out of the circle. And one-handed, Chrissy Bryce grabs the ball. She'll take the penalty shot. Tavita out of play. Bolton on the edge of the goal third. Russell surviving some contact. Oh, that ball was almost perfect, if not for the Sparks defenders. Oh, beautiful ball. Quick footwork from Miles. And the Sparks will get a throw in. Part's just laughing because she can't believe she's been called up. Oh, strong pass from Begley was meant for Russell. Or meant for Di Bartolo, one of them, but both went for it. And in the end, nobody's got it. Styles to the pocket. Friday swings. Coming forward now. Isles is able to feed to her. And on the baseline shot, Friday gets it done. 37-31, they're back within 6. I mentioned at the start of the broadcast that both these teams have only won two games so far this year. But just so happens that one of those games for each team was won last week in round 11. The Panthers beat the Stingrays 49-46, which was massive considering the Stingrays are placed 4th on the ladder. And the Sparks, last week they beat GWS in 6th place, 56-54. So both confident coming into this match. As we see Makunde sandwiched between two Sparks players, but still able to get the ball up top. And it also just so happens that both these teams have also got wins against GWS. So the Sparks, their last win before round 11 was against the Panthers, 74-63. Keep mentioning the high-scoring game. And then they beat GWS last week. And the Panthers, they won against GWS back in round 8. So we see a change made. Rachel Hearn coming on in the centre bib for the Panthers. A little tactical move made. Begley taking a little rest. Seven minutes before the final break of this match. Isles fakes up in the air, but then feeds just over the top of her player to Friday. Now in front with a penalty. Friday takes the Sparks back within 5. Hearn, quick thinking but composed, goes to Bolton. Styles has the better of Di Bartolo, but they still end up with the ball, the Panthers. And now they've got it to Makunde, who slots another 40-34. They're up by 6. Held ball. Good pressure from the Panthers. And Friday's given away 2 held balls so far this match. Not entirely her fault. Oh, as Makunde tries to keep the ball in play. She now gets a penalty on the edge. And the Panthers looking, brilliant work from Bolton. Teasing Rodrigo to jump into the air and then popping the ball underneath her arm into Makunze. Loveday comes back to Isles. Now on the edge, Loveday looks as if she's going to take a free shot, a free pass rather. Friday next to Tavita with a free shot. 42-35, the Sparks back within 7 and 5 minutes to try and claw back their way. A little closer before the final break. Too easy for Di Bartolo to find front space there, although Rodrigo, she's come up with a little intercept with the tips of her fingers. And can the Sparks score from here? Strong grab from Chrissy Bryce. And a good-looking goal, 42-36. The Sparks not going down without a fight. Cut and drive forward from Friday. Ball up in the air. Ends up with either player. And Friday will take a throw-in for the Sparks from the baseline. Loveday feeds. Looks as if a caution is being given to Parch, the captain, with time being held. Very difficult to go up against someone like Chrissy Bryce, who does have a strong body in the height. Russell to Tavita. Bolton gives it to Hearn, now on the edge. Seems like there's a lot of pushing being done at Makunde. It's been pulled up. Been a lot of penalties given away inside the Panthers shooting circle. Isles, quick work, dodges around her player. And now Friday's fed in the air to Bryce, who skims across the top of the hoop and through. A holding call. Quick work, Hearn, Steve Bartolo. Ah, beautiful, smart. Little fake from Di Bartolo. And she gets the ball back for another goal. 44-38. Friday to Loveday. They go over the top now. And Tavita trying to keep the ball getting from to Chrissy Bryce, who's happy about that one. Little giggle. High five with her teammate Friday. Bolton back to Hearn on the transverse. Strong pass to Di Bartolo, who goes up and over to Makunde. It's been similar all night. Really, the Sparks almost need a defender to stick on Di Bartolo because she's doing a lot of the work. And although Makunde is a strong target at the back, if they can just prevent Di Bartolo passing it in, just confuse the space around her and how much room she has to put a feed in, they might be able to prevent what's happening here with the Panthers. 46-40. Minute 30 before the final break in this match. Anderson goes long back to Styles. They've found Beryl Friday. Oh, beautiful feed. On the baseline, Chrissy Bryce skims across the top. A trademark shot. It's unfortunate for Cara Styles. She did well there to steal the ball from the Panthers, but she has contacted on the way through, and so Di Bartolo will take a free pass or shot. Rodrigo are giving away a penalty, and She knows it too, a bit frustrated. So a similar shooting circle at both ends of this court. Friday comes back to Anderson. Goes round D Bartolo to Isles. Friday, looked as if she was going to give it to Loveday, but instead fed straight to Chrissy Bryce. And now Friday will take the penalty given to the Sparks. And with just 15 seconds on the clock, there's only 5 goals that separate these two teams heading into the final break. Hearn to Bolton. Bounces to Di Bartolo. She's going to take a shot from a long way out. Oh, it goes in. And so with seconds on the clock, she's put the Panthers up by another point. 48-42 the score stands as we head into the final break of this match. With 15 minutes left in this round 12 match of the Opens Premier League, there's plenty to fight for. The Panthers up by 6 goals, 48-42. And the Panthers only winning that last quarter by 1 goal, 18-17. So it's been tight. And really, both these sides are hoping that with a win tonight, they can avoid being bottom of the table. Quick work from the Sparks early sees Bryce with some space. And proving she can shoot the long as well as the short goals. Bolton quick out for the centre pass, goes around to play to Di Bartolo. Oh, they go up to feed. And a good contest in the air from the Sparks defenders, and Makunde sees the ball pop out the baseline. Panthers with a throw in. Begley, who's back in centre, tries to give the ball to Di Bartolo. Now there's 4 players in a foot race for the ball. It looks as if there's been a penalty awarded to Begley. Olivia Lennon helping out tonight for the Sparks has come on in wing defence. Styles on the transverse, gives it to Loveday. Oh, good contest from Tavita and Friday. The ball pops out the side and it'll be a Sparks throw in. Russell with the arms up. Bryce, the advantage over the top with height. And the Sparks have outscored the Panthers in this quarter so far, 2-1. Begley with the centre pass. Di Bartolo straight out. She goes back to Begley. Little fake, then finds Bolton. Around the player and bouncing to Di Bartolo. Now just at the top of the circle on the edge, Bolton gets a free pass. Makunde, now a free shot inside. 50-44. Quick work, Friday to Isles. They come back. Stuck for an option. Oh, Parch just taps her arm out. And it's enough to dislodge the ball from the Sparks attack. Now a penalty inside the circle. We've seen heaps of them given tonight. And unfortunately, it's just helped the Panthers be able to steady themselves and take a more composed shot at goal. Bolton coming forward. She goes 1-2 with Di Bartolo. Oh, up. The ball goes to Makunde, and her long arms put the ball through the hoop. So the Sparks, who've now got so many A&L and a super netball player in their ranks, as we see Parch take a brilliant intercept as Hunting in front of Bryce, have had to rely on their training players for much of this season with super netball and A&L and all the other commitments going on at the same time as this Premier League season. So Moragaha expressed how grateful she is to those training partners when we were talking earlier on the phone this week, because they've really got them through this season. And she's been impressed by what they've been able to do, what they're capable of. Whoa, the ball's just taken out one of our computers here. It shows you've always got to be ready on the side of a netball court. Bolton, around the arms of Lennon to Begley. Now they swing the circle over the top, edge of the circle. Bolton gives in to Di Bartolo, who under the post just flicks it to Makunde. 53-44, and it looks as if there's going to be a change made. And the Sparks players didn't look like they knew about it either. Gaha just paying homage to the players that have helped them get through this season. Maddie Mann getting a run out in wing defence. And Nat Elridge coming back on in goal attack. Beryl Friday to the bench. Rodrigo to Styles. They have to go backwards again. The goalkeeper gets it to Maddie Mann, her first touch of the night. They play on. Oh. There's a call given early. And now Bryce in front of the hoop, but a fair way out. will have no troubles scoring a goal. 8 goals the difference with 10 minutes on the clock. It's a Sparks centre. Isles to Loveday. Ball up, but this time it's Tavitas. And the Panthers, first possession rather. So Tavitas forced back to take the ball. And now Parch gives it to Begley, who survives a little bit of a contact. Draws a foul. Loveday out of play. Russell to Begley, outside channel. They come into the middle of the court. To Vida, to Di Bartolo. They go 1-2. No look pass, and this is why those don't always work. The ball ends up with the Sparks. Styles. Loveday right in front. Oh, beautiful pass over the top of the Panthers' mess. And to Isles in the pocket. Elridge, loopy shot, misses. Parch keeps the ball in play. And she'll draw a foul at the same time. She gets the ball straight out of the Sparks goal third. Although Di Bartolo comes back. And now to Vida, to Bolton. Sees them push into the Panthers shooting third. And right into the goal third, or the goal circle, with a penalty. Up by 5 goals. So really this game hasn't seen any team go 1-for-1, but rather in lots of 2, converting their own centre and then being able to intercept the next, or the opposite way. Forcing a turnover and then converting their next centre pass. But we haven't seen many teams go 3 in a row. It's almost as if that momentum swings each time the 2 back-to-back goals happen. Begley, oh, beautiful pass. Di Bartolo in the air. And we get a little applause from our audience who've been very quiet tonight. Ten goals the difference. Elridge finds Loveday in the pocket. And Bryce takes the Sparks to 47. Not going down without a fight. Quick work, ball overhead. Bolton to Di Bartolo. Now in the air. Begley's got it in the pocket. Bolton on the edge with a penalty. To Makunde in front. Styles. To Isles. To Elridge coming back. Man again goes back to Styles. Now she's found Isles on the edge of the goal third. Elridge to Loveday with a rocket pass. Calling for it again. Parch out of play. And now our audience really start to get into it. Almost too late in the piece. Bryce, one-handed grab. A nice little connection happening between her and Elridge. We had Chrissy Bryce on the comments earlier this season. She did a wonderful job analysing the play. So the Panthers surviving a little Spark surge. They're still up by 8 goals with 5.5 on the clock. Begley to Bolton, who's straight out in front in the middle. Maddie Mann's giving her a good challenge in wing defence. Good 3 feet, arms up straight away every time. Begley and Di Bartolo go double. And Makunde is a strong hold from Styles, is not put off. Ah, nice work. Really tonight has been a show of great attack, with some glimmers of defence. Both the shooting circles at each end have been pretty strong. Russell, long pass to Begley, who's on the edge in the pocket. And then a hold call for contact. Goes inside the circle with Makunde shooting a lovely goal. Elridge to Loveday. Bryce, fair way out. No problems at all. The umpires hold play to get the ball back. Di Bartolo again, we see that fake look and pass. Bolton almost panicking, just puts the ball in the air, and Makunde is reliable enough to pull it in. Stop it from sailing over the back line. And the Panthers have reached 60. Loveday, ball up. Bryce, under it. Panthers winning the ball. Tavita on the line. Heads to Bolton. And now they'll push into the goal circle. Just far too many penalties being given away inside the circle tonight. Oh, nice hands from Russell over the ball. Isles, no look pass, channeling Di Bartolo. Elridge to take the free shot. 61-54, 7 goals the difference, 2 minutes on the clock. In the pocket now, Di Bartolo. And Rodrigo's behind a pretty good intercept. Oh, the ball has slipped through Elridge's hands. Quick feed that almost looked like a step. Isles to Bryce. With 1:20 on the clock. Enough time for 2 to 3 more centres. Isles to Elridge. He finds Chrissy Bryce pretty easily. Five goals difference. The Sparks hoping to try and claw back at the deficit. Russell, strong pass to Begley driving through. Now Di Bartolo goes back to Russell to reset. On the outside channel. Begley to Bolton in the pocket. They're having to work hard to get into the goal circle, the Panthers, but Makunde has got it. And with 30 seconds on the clock, she'll take the Panthers to 62. 6 goals difference. Elridge up and over. Tavita pulled up out of play. Elridge sinking another goal. 7 seconds on the clock. Oh, it's play on. Sparks to Loveday. Quick footwork in the air. That's it. Goal does not count. And the Panthers have got their third win of the 2018 season. The Cubs against the UTS St George Sparks. A pretty good win for them considering there are so many A&L and a Super Netball player in their Sparks squad. So they'll be happy tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll wrap this match up right in front of the camera very shortly. I'm here with Panthers captain Georgia Patch. Pretty big win tonight against the Sparks, who were filled of A&L players and Super Netball players.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive for us. Like, you know, we don't really have any big names or anything, but just we're a pretty good team, and unfortunately it's only come together the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks, but I think it just really shows what we can do as a group. Yeah.
We were having a little giggle off camera because you said, what do I say, I've never done this before, we don't win. So you're now on a streak, 2 games in a row.
Yeah, well, 2 in a row, 3 for the season. So compared to last year where we won 1 for the year, it's a massive improvement, and yeah, it's exciting. It's fun to win.
You've got 2 massive games coming up in North Shore United, who are 5th, and the Manly Warringah Sapphires, who are 3rd. Yeah. What's going to be the mentality heading into that? Because potentially, I mean, you could go out on this season in a high.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our focuses is, you know, obviously finals is unfortunately off the cards, but we can disrupt that as much as we want. Like, we have a big say in who ends up in finals, and so that's sort of our plan, is just to try and cause as much havoc as we can, really. So we had a really close game with Sapphires. I think the first time we played them, we only went down by 1. But yeah, so we're looking forward to a couple of good contests. It'll be good.
We've been calling this match the Battle of the Wooden Spoon, and it looks like you guys might escape that.
Hopefully. That would be great. Yeah, I think it's a real testament to the girls and to the team and all the coaches and everything. You know, they put a lot of effort in, and it's nice to actually reward it with a few wins.
Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck for the last 2 games.
Thanks so much. Ta.
Join us back at 8:40 for the under-20s. Panthers up against UTS St George Sparks. We look forward to seeing you then on Bar TV. Hello and welcome to the Janae Netball Centre for round 12 of the Under-20s Premier League. I'm Brittany Carter. We've got just 3 rounds left of the regular season, and despite the fact we see 6th against 8th and last here on the ShowCourt tonight, it's crazy that these teams can still actually make the semis. The UTS St George Sparks are only 3 points off a top 4 spot, and their opponent tonight, the Panthers, are in last place but only 6 points off the pace. Granted, they do need a lot of other results to go their way, as well as a large winning margin in each of their last 3 games. But as we've seen in this competition, time and time again, anything can happen. And if either of these 2 teams hope to pull off the unbelievable towards the finals race, they need a win in round 12 tonight. The Sparks, last year's champs and 2016 runners-up, come into this match off a 5-goal loss to GWS. But the Panthers, who haven't had a lot to smile about this season, are grinning ear to ear after beating the Stingrays, who were in 4th place by 7 goals last week. It was their 3rd win of the season, but their largest victory during winter. Yet semi-finals places aside, what these teams are both battling out for tonight really is the chance to go out on a high. Let's get to the teams. For the Panthers, Drew Malvina, their coach, has got Olivia Johnson in goal shooter. With her, Megan Bull in goal attack. Jessica Lagaya is in wing attack out front. Riley Towell in the middle in centre. Caitlin Porter in wing defence. Catherine Tavaga, their captain tonight, in goal defence. And Renee Mahire in goalkeeper. Now for the Sparks, Regan Tweddle, their coach, has got Kaimani Swenke in goal shooter. Just grabbing the ball now and putting it nicely through the hoop. Georgia Westwood is with her in goal attack. Chase Vassallo out the front in wing attack. Caitlin Campbell, their captain, is in centre. Claire McCrowan in wing defence. Maddie Hilton in goal defence. And with her in that defensive circle is Ash Selwyn in goalkeeper. Megan Bull, she'll take the shot in front to take the Panthers up by 1. Westwood coming out for the centre pass. Goes back to Campbell on transverse line. McCrowan finds Chase Vassallo as they push towards the post. Vassallo into Swenke. Up the top. And Tavaga's on it. She's picked up the crumbs. Towell finds Bull. And Lagaya will draw a penalty just inside the goal third. Quick work. She goes to Bull. Little fake. Using the edge of the circle. Lovely ball. And Johnson just popping out at the right moment from behind Ash Selwyn. She's missed the shot. Selwyn on the rebound. McCrowan for the Sparks. There's been a penalty awarded to the Panthers. And Bull a long way out. Confident enough to take the shot, but Maddie Hilton's on the end. Campbell to Selwyn. And they push out of this goal third. There was a turnover right here last time they tried to push up the court. Hilton to Campbell driving backwards. They go laterally to Westwood and again to Vassallo. Running backwards now. They reset through Hilton. And now at the top of the circle, Vassallo tries to find Swenke at the back. But Renee Mahire won't hear any of it. Towel to Lagaya. Quick work. Bull. Again, a foul for Lagaya to take just inside the goal third. With a fake, she goes out to the side. And finds Johnson at the back waiting, all on her own. Nice shot from the baseline. The Panthers up by 2. They lead 3-1 early in this under-20s round 12 Premier Clash. Call against Ash Selwyn sees Maddie Hilton trying to defend both Panthers shooters. And she did a pretty good job of it, but Johnson still gets the ball and is able to put it through. Up by 3. Vassallo back to McCrowan. She's stuck for an option. Where will she go? She gives it to Bull. That's the wrong player. In the black dress, the Panthers quickly moving towards their post. Up and over. Penalty taken by Bull. Free pass or shot. And it's a lovely shot at it. So Tao with the centre for the Panthers. Porter getting the ball at the back. Lagaya gives it to Johnson, who's popped out top. Good contest between Bull and Hilton for the ball. But Panthers do have the upper hand. And now in front, Bull's confident enough to take the shot. Selwyn hands on head, unhappy with herself. Up by 5. So this is a really big lead early in this match, considering the Panthers are currently in 8th place. There's only 8 teams in the league, and so they do sit last. They've only won 3 of the games so far this season, but showing promising signs here already. Selwyn will take another free pass for the Sparks. This time it goes to McCrowan in the middle. Vassallo with the edge over Porter. Campbell going 1-2 with Westwood. Little bounce the second. And now in front, Campbell puts a lovely shot up. Lagaya, long ball, Johnston. Oh, quick work. Bullet pass, Lagaya straight to Bull on the other side of the post. And she cements the effort with a goal, 7-2. Campbell driving backwards. She finds Westwood on the edge. Now they'll reset with Maddie Hilton on the transverse line. Westwood stuck on the edge again. Has found her way just inside. Receives the ball from Vassallo. Misses the shot. Mahire on the edge. Oh, Westwood's won it back and she's kept it between her legs. Now she'll head in with a penalty. Paul Tavaga trying to defend 2 shooters. And the Sparks hit back. 3-7. Ball to Johnson, running out. Ash Selwyn's won the ball back. One of the key areas the Panthers wanted to focus on this match was to stop their running game in the midcourt. Players like Caitlin Campbell, who'll just take the ball and very easily get it straight up to their goal third. So the Panthers really aiming to try and disrupt the flow of the attack. And a little tip from Mahire does just that. The Sparks will have to take another throw in from the baseline. And this woman on screen, Georgia Westwood, is another big key factor in the Panthers' focus tonight. They're trying to starve her of ball, and so far she's seen plenty of it. Long ball, Tao to Lagaya, edge of the goal third. Now ball's in the pocket, she heads to the top. Oh, they're stuck for an option. And Lagaya just getting the ball away before a held ball is called. But the shot's no good from Johnson, who was very accurate last week. She did the heavy lifting and shot 32 goals for the Panthers in their match against the Stingrays. She remained on court in the shooting circle the whole game as 3 other shooters came on and went around her. Vassallo back to Hilton. And now she's found Campbell. Oh, Westwood, edge of the circle. Quick give and go with Vassallo. And up and over to Swanky. Casual as you like. She takes the Sparks to 4. So the Panthers, with a great start to this match, have now gone missing. And it's been up to their back defenders in Tavaga and Mahire to turn it around for them. They need to invoke a little bit of energy into their attack. Be a little bit more accurate in the circle. Lagaya putting the ball up. Ah, the pass is no good. It sails over the back line and over the hands of Johnson. I mentioned how accurate she was last match She did have a little off third quarter, but she only missed one goal in the first, second, and fourth quarter of the match. 32 out of 38 shots, pretty good. All right, Westwood's inside for the Sparks now. Oh, Mahire coming through. She's stolen the ball. Porter in the middle, gives it to Bull. They're in the goal third. Johnson in the pocket, comes back to Bull. They go rounds into the top of the circle now. And they've got a penalty inside the circle through Johnson, who's able to convert their first goal in a little while. 8-5, the Panthers are up by 3 goals. Lagaya winning the ball back. She'll swing the circle. Towel to the top. And Johnson underneath the post on the baseline, won't miss from there. 9-5. There's 5 minutes before the first break. That's a pretty poor and slow effort from Campbell to give the ball back. She is a captain. She could just picked it up. Penalty for the Panthers. They get it into Johnson, who is wearing a Bull dress. So if you were going off the 2 names on the backs of the dresses, there's Megan Bull and another Bull in the circle. Westwood bounces to McCrowan. She goes backwards to Hilton. Bull transitioning to defense. Did nicely there. Campbell, quick work over the top. It looks as if there is a call for offside from the Sparks. Ball goes through the hands of Towel. It's a wasted opportunity. Campbell in the midcourt gets it to Hilton in the nick of time. Westwood stuck for an option. So the Panthers are doing really well on their focus in this match, just really slowing the ball up when it gets towards the Sparks goal third. And with a centre in play, they lead by 4. Strong pass from the shoulder, Lagai to Johnson. Penalty on the edge. This time they feed to Bull. Westwood, cross court to Hilton. Vassallo will come back to Campbell, and now just inside the circle we see Westwood fighting for space against Tavaga. And Swanky, a great little shot. With the starting 7 position this week after proving to be the Sparks' best in their last match. Swanky shot 31 out of 33 goals, and she didn't play that first quarter, as I mentioned. So 7 out of 7 goals in the third quarter and 13 from 13 in the fourth. 2 accurate bookends. McCrowan stuck for an option. Puts the ball up, hoping Campbell will run back and get it. But instead, the Panthers will take it. Porter to Tau. Lagaya to Bull. 1 foot in the circle. Over the top. Campbell did so well then. Jumping in front. But will be an offside call. Bull just inside. Lagaya just waiting for Bull to come forward and cut back. They've done a nice job, the Panthers. They're now 12-7 with a minute 37 on the clock before the first break. McCrowan on the transverse line goes long to Vassallo in the pocket, just over the arms of Tau. Westwood comes back to the transverse and running forward draws a foul. Keeps Tavaga outside. And surely they'll have to pass to Swanky all alone at the back in that scenario. Westwood is in front, but Swanky is all alone and accurate. There she goes, underneath the hoop. The Sparks back within 4. A minute on the clock. Bull to Johnston. Comes back towards the transverse line. Inside the goal third still. And a bounce pass. A very obvious one and a winds up. Johnson to Bull. Both shooters sharing the stats. Silo out for the centre pass. Long ball running back. Westwood on her own. Manages to get the ball to Swanky. They use the edge and have to come back. They're just getting stuck behind these Panthers defenders. Caitlin Porter's doing a hell of a lot of work. And so is Tao. They're really restricting the space that the Sparks have to run. Nice work from Tavaga, but the Panthers don't get to hang on to the ball. Westwood put the shot up hoping for a goal. But that'll be all she wrote for the first break. 13-8, the Panthers lead the Sparks by 5 goals. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter coming up very shortly. All right, back on court for the second quarter. The Panthers up by 5 goals. Ball to Johnson, running through. Tao will collect the ball and a penalty on the edge. And now inside, Johnson will get a free shot. So the Sparks have made one change. Two changes rather. They've now got McCrowan in centre. And Mariana Payro, who's filling in for them tonight, is now in wing defence. The Panthers are unchanged. And they've just come up with the ball. Bull to Lagaya. Contact from Ash Selwyn at the back. Johnson tries to offload to Bull, and they're lucky that Tao's picked up the tip from Maddie Hilton. Oh, they missed it this time, and Hilton will draw the foul. Megan Bull out of play. Peru to Hilton. Now over the top, McCrowan. Quick work in the air. Vassallo. And McCrowan gives it to Swanky. Everyone's clapping already because they know how accurate she is. The goal's pretty much done. Chase Vassallo having to do extra work in the air with her outside hands. Now in the pocket, she feeds straight to Swanky. Bull coming through, heads out to the right. Now she's given it to Lagaya on the outside channel. Johnson tries to give it to Bull. And although Maddie Hilton was able to get in front of her player, the ball popped out the baseline, but she is rewarded with a throw in here. Ash Selwyn able to keep it in play on her tippy toes. Megan Bull's stolen the ball though, swats it to Lagaya. Now Johnson at the top inside the circle, does get it to Bull this time. A little way out, she gets the shot done. I'd like to see more confidence from Johnson just taking it to the post. We mentioned how accurate she is before, and sometimes the Panthers are losing it trying to go shooter to shooter inside the circle. McCrowan to Vassallo. Ah, quick work, both hands over the top from the pocket to Swanky. Taking a second to compose herself before she takes the Sparks to 12. So there's just 3 goals in this match. That's all that divides them in the second quarter. Bull over the top. Tao on the edge. Waiting, and Johnson pops through at the right time. McCrowan looks back, uses Hilton in goal defence. Now Westwood stuck for an option, goes long into the middle with Vassallo. Oh, lovely work. Swanky misses the shot but is straight on her own rebounds. Maybe too casual for that one. Smiling, knowing she did well. Tao, straight to Bull. Lagaya. Johnson was calling at the back, but they were confident to go to Bull at the front. And the ball pops up the back of the hoop and in. A little bit of suspense. McCrowan to Westwood with a little tip. Ensures it doesn't go over a third, but she tips it to Mahire. And Tao decides just to cut out the mess in the middle. Lagaya to Bull. Johnson on the edge of the circle. Bull was looking to feed then for the other shooter, but instead She takes the penalty and pushes the Panthers to 18. And now up by 5, under 10 minutes of play till halftime. Bull sandwiched between two Sparks players, still gets the ball, and to Lagaya in the end. And now Johnson starts to get a little bit of confidence back. She's looking good. Westwood running out for the centre pass. Able to nab it back. Vassallo on the run. Oh, the ball just wide of Swenky. It'll be a throw-in for the Panthers. Mahire to take the throw-in. Towel to Porter. Had come back to Varga. Looking to go to Bull, but there's a great contest between her and Hilton. Porter, long ball in the air. And it comes out of Towel's hands and over the sideline. Peru with the throw-in. McCrowan back to Peru. Vassallo, again Peru. This time to McCrowan, and Swenky just able to push off Mahire, find space at the back, and she finds the net. 19-14. Lagaya running out for the centre pass. Straight to Bull, direct pass. Johnson, not confident, but tries to give it to Lagaya, and she just gives her a little backwards hands up to say should have gone further back. Swenky in front. They're on their way back, the Sparks. 4 goals difference and a centre to play with. Westwood on her own. She needs more defending on that centre pass. And Swenky again, casual as you like. All on her own. Too easy to take the shot. Lagaya to Bull. Back to Porter on the transverse. She finds Towel just in front. Now Johnson 1 foot inside the circle, offloads to Bull. And she returns the favour. There's a strong hold from Selwyn, but it doesn't put Johnson off. And they've just hit 20, the Panthers. McCrowan to Vassallo, running out. Comes back to her centre. Bounces Westwood to Vassallo. On the transverse line, Hilton offers her support. And they find Swenky again with a turn on her own at the back. 3 goals separating the two sides. Ash Selwyn having some trouble with her shoelace. She's had to do it up twice on court now. Tao. Oh, not sure who that was to, but Bull does get there in a foot race. Showing patience, the Panthers. Bull just waiting and waiting for the umpire to call Maddie Hilton back. There's confusion about who's out of play. And the Sparks camp not happy about the unclear message from the umpire. Vassallo in the pocket. Uses McCrowan on the edge. Oh, little fake. Gets it to Westwood, but now they're back outside the circle. And they'll get a penalty inside. Drop pass to Vassallo. And just turning away closer to the post. Westwood sinks another swish. That was a lovely goal from a fairway out. She keeps them in touch of 3. Strong defence now from the Sparks. Really trying to win this match back. And Bull survives some strong contact from Maddie Hilton. 2 Panthers shooters for Selwyn to look after. And it's too easy to find Bull in front. The ball pops off the front of the rim and in. Toing and throwing between 4 and 3 goals. Swenky takes them back within 3. A little buffer, giving the Panthers just a little bit of breathing space. And they've got 5 minutes before half-time. Lagaya to Bull, driving hard. And they've found Johnson in the middle. So the Sparks really need a turnover here after they convert their own centre to break the deadlock. Westwood, a long way outside the circle, still manages to get it to Swenky over the hands of Mahire. And their passing has been so accurate tonight, the Sparks. It's really been a standout on court. Drew Malvina spoke about the importance of limiting how much they're able to run with the ball, but their passing has just gone up another level and improved and really made the difference when they haven't been able to run with the ball. Westwood around the body of her player to Vassallo, and there's a step called. She's unsure about it, but she gives the ball to Porter anyway. Long ball to Varga. The captain gives it to Lagaya. On her inside, now Tau feeds straight to Johnson. And another stepping call goes in the same play. They're coach killers. You shouldn't see too many of them at this level. Oh, Lagaya with the outside hand, disappointed. Says sorry. Sorry, umpire. Peru sees Swenky all on her own to the side and doesn't waste any time getting there. Oh, to Varga. On the rebound, the ball is missed. Bull driving forward, comes up and over. Selwyn won fair and square behind Lagaya. I don't think Lagaya knew she was there. Strong pass now from Peru. Oh, and we'll see a throw-in from the sideline. Up and over to the pocket. Ah, oh, direct bullet pass. Mahire disrupts the play but can't stop the Panthers. The Sparks, rather, with a throw-in. Little tip from Porter. The ball gets to McCrowan, though. And Swenky will take a penalty shot and take them back within 3. A long battle for that last goal. Back and forth up the court. And now Lagaya on her own. Easy drop pass into Johnson. Now it's with Towel up top. They find Bull, 1 foot inside the circle. Lagaya survives traffic from behind. And Johnson, she can't find space forward. McCrowan stolen the ball back. And she'll give it to Ash Selwyn and head back up the court. That was a nice work by the Sparks. McCrowan calling for the ball from Peru. McCrowan comes back to the transverse and takes it again. She gets it to Vassallo, having to reset a lot. And Tau going after the ball. Has come through a player and given away a penalty. Westwood on the edge. Uses McCrowan, but she finds Swenky with a beautiful screen. Side on, takes the ball. And with a minute left of play before half time, she takes them back to 2. This is the smallest margin we've had for a little while. And they've got another chance here to make it 1 goal difference before we hit the second break. Mahire doing a great job at Swenky. Oh, nice. Westwood looked to offload, but she drew a foul and takes a penalty shot. Oh, and she's already started to head back to the centre, but she's missed the goal. No good if you know there for the rebound. Bull to Johnson. Up top now, Ligaya. One shooter's got to get free. There's 18 seconds on the clock, and Johnston is the one to take the shot. Waiting for the call. The Panthers could wind the clock down here without a goal at all. 3 seconds. They do make it 25. 3 goals difference at halftime, and plenty to play for in this round 12 clash of under-20s Premier League. Don't forget the N-Swiss team is playing in the Super Club over in New Zealand. They've won their first 3 games. Their first game, 71-51 against Maramavu, a Fijian team. They've beaten the Pulse 50-49, a massive 1-goal win. And they've also beaten the UWS Sirens from Scotland 57-49. So 3 from 3. They next play the Tactics at 6:40 Australian time tomorrow. If you'd like to watch that game, you can stream it via the Netball New Zealand website. And so currently in Pool B, the N-Swiss team are sitting second. Just their for and against slightly letting them down. But they're currently on 8 points, so they should move into the top of Pool B. They just crashed out and came third last year. So the fact that they've won 3 from 3 games already is a massive coup for the N-Swiss team. Best of luck, girls. There's plenty of Premier League girls over there currently playing for that N-Swiss team. One of them comes from the UTS Sparks, Amy Parmenter, and so does Matilda McDonnell, actually, Tilly. So 2 Sparks players in action in that. So if you weren't aware, make sure you watch their 4th game against the Tactics tomorrow. And of course, there is a little game of netball being played on Sunday at 1 p.m. Perth time, 3 p.m. Sydney time. The Super Netball Grand Final between the Sunshine Coast Lightning and the West Coast Fever. Last year's champs up against this year's favourites. It's going to be a really interesting one. Unfortunately, with the Giants crashing out of the preliminary finals on Sunday, Sunshine Coast do get a chance to go back-to-back. And they're using that hashtag lightning strikes twice, which is pretty clever if you ask me. All right, out here on court, the Panthers up against the Sparks 25-22, so only 3 goals in it at halftime. But you might be interested to know that the Sparks actually won that second quarter by 2 goals, 14-12. So they've got a little bit of momentum heading back into the third quarter. And it's known as the championship quarter for a reason, because it defines matches. So not sure what's going to happen here, but there's plenty of high fives being done in the Panthers camp. So they look like the energy's good and they're ready to go. The Sparks, meanwhile, still in a huddle. Maddie Hilton's got a jumper on, so you'd assume she's not coming back on. Just waiting to confirm the changes they've made to their side for this third quarter. Jess Bowden gets the nod in goal defence. She's changed her hair, it's a bit darker than the last time we saw her play on the ShowCourt for the Sparks. Everyone else remains unchanged for the UTS side. And the Panthers don't appear to have made any changes. So 3 quarters with an unchanged 7. Looking to build into their goal 30. Oh, Tavaga hits the deck. The captain putting her body on the line for the Panthers. Westwood, quick work into Swenky, who's actually too close underneath, needs to take a step back. But she gets the goal, and the Sparks are within 2. Fast work. Lagaya running out for the centre pass, gets it to Bull. Now, Johnson is stuck outside the circle. And there's some long passes happening in their goal third to try and get her back in. With a penalty now on the baseline. Nice confident shot. McCronin, strong pass to Westwood. Again, with the shoulder. Vassallo feeding to Swenky. And ever reliable underneath. Lagaya forced backwards to Porter. And she's going to have to do the work here again to back up for the second phase. Bull. Oh, Peru. The shining star. Brand new to Premier League. Bull tries to get it to Johnson, but it looks as if her eyes were on Ash Selwyn. Although the call does go the Panthers' way. They get a penalty just inside the circle. A nice work by Johnson sees her quickly move in front of the post, pushing them back out by 3 goals. 2 minutes gone. Johnson in front to McCrowan. Up and over, Vassallo running backwards. McCrowan to Swanky in the air. And they're through the hoop, the Sparks. Cut and drive, Bull for the centre pass. Oh, goes up and over. Ligaya Goodhands is able to keep it in Panthers' possession. A lot of people yelling out how ball from the sideline. And it was bordering it, but the Panthers have made their way into the circle. And with a free shot, they'll sink another. McCrowan to Westwood outside of her player. Having to do extra work now to get around Porter, who's been very good tonight. The Panthers' defence has been very strong. So we mentioned that the Panthers beat the Stingrays last week, which is a pretty big coup because it was actually their coach's birthday. So happy birthday to Drew Malvina 7 days ago. And when we spoke to them earlier this year, they spoke about how most of the matches they lost, yes, the goal does count. Most of the matches the Panthers had lost were close ones, and the score didn't reflect what had happened on court. They went missing for a quarter and then couldn't find their way back into the match because too many goals had been running in that time. And in speaking to him, he said now that quarter has shrunk to about 10 minutes of bad play. So they've reduced the amount of mistakes they've made. And it's all about mentality and confidence. We've seen plenty of that from them tonight as we see a very direct pass straight to Johnson. They reset with Towel at the back of the goal third. Oh, lovely work. Bull, the vision. Straight to Johnson. Able to find a little edge in front of Ash Selwyn. And it's plays like that that have kept them in front tonight. Porter with a little tip. Stepping to Varga, knows it. A little grimace. And it means the Sparks come back within 2. A lot of yelling being done, but Tau stays confident at the edge of the circle. Replay. It's a fair call. McCrowan sees Vassallo, and Bull, wrong place, wrong time, gets pulled up for contact. Peru to Bowden. They go round the back of the Panthers players. Vassallo finds Swanky up top. And she'll give the free shot to Westwood. Low pass to Swanky. Finding a nice spot underneath the post. We're back within 1. 30-29. That was a big play for the Sparks. Now with a centre pass, they have a chance to go level. 9 minutes left in this third quarter and plenty of netball to play. Peru with the throw in. Oh, the call goes against the Sparks. Against their little centre, McCrowan. Surely she couldn't be contacting. But the opportunity is wasted. And now the Panthers have a chance to push back out to their 2-goal buffer. They come back to Mahire for a reset. Someone's going to have to come forward. Tavaga finds Bull on the outside channel. Porter now comes back to Bull. She survives heavy contact, puts the ball down and lets Ligaya take the penalty pass. Swinging the circle. Tau will give Bull the ball to take a penalty shot inside. And now a free shot for Johnson. Does see the Panthers push out 2 goals with a centre to play. So the Sparks will be spewing. They had a chance to go level, and now the Panthers have got a chance to go 3 up. Oh no, she's butchered the pass. And Johnson, she seems a little bit hurt. Her partner in crime, Bull, will pick her up and say it's okay. Now inside now. Bull. Towel trying to feed. Oh! Johnson does well. Eyes for the ball. Doesn't matter how much Ash Selwyn tries to disrupt the play. And now it's found Bull, their composed and steady shooter next to the baseline. And they do go 3 up. Vassallo to McCrowan. Now Westwood, little turn. Tau with front position means the penalty goes the Panthers' way. Porter comes back to her keeper. They go round Swanky, and now to Varga, the skipper. Will give it to Porter. Coming back again. They really need someone to come forward, and Lagai's their woman. Quick work. Bull. Oh, Tau can't keep the ball inside the court. Strong words from their assistant coach, the Sparks. Telling the girls not to run away from the ball, but instead come forward. Help each other out. Are his directions. Peru goes to McCrowan, and she comes back. Now on the transverse lag, Bowden. Waiting for the centre to come forward. Westwood to Swanky, and that's better play from the Sparks. They're back within 2. Oh, both shooters after it. And really only one person was needed. Bowden getting into the goal third. Oh, smart from Westwood. She holds on it a fraction longer. But, Vassallo. Thought she was creating something, but the other 2 weren't in sync. Porter draws a foul. Their keeper Mahiri will take it. Porter to Bull. She's all alone, post Malone. And they've found Johnston inside the circle. The clock ticking down. Swish. 5 minutes of play till the final break of this match. Round 12 of the Under-20s Premier League. Sparks, they can score quickly, can't they? The Panthers having slightly lesser an effect in defence, and we're going to see a change here. Mahire coming off and swapping. Everyone giving her a good clap. She's done a very good job. Vassallo's eyes darting back and forth. We've also seen Abby Baker come on in goal attack. So both teams just taking a chance to mix up what's happening in this Spark circle. We've already seen early from this keeper that she's got the same height as Swanky too. So there's a better height match. And it's Brittany Archer that's come on against Swanky and goalkeeper, replacing Mahire, as we see Megan Bull slot another from the front line of the Panthers attack. Baker stopped for an option. Has to come back. Now they can push forward. Strong cut and drive double from Ligaya. Teaser outrun Peru. And the Panthers are having to work in overdrive to get this ball into their shooters. The Sparks have just stepped up incredibly in their defense for this play. The frustration and hunger really getting to them. This is a team that's used to winning and hasn't done much of that so far this year. Selwyn on the rebound. Beautiful timing with the jump. They're forced back to the keeper. She's got no options, and Ligaya, she'll steal the ball for the Panthers with one hand. Johnson finding backspace. Takes them out to 3 goals with 2 minutes left before the final break of this match. So the Sparks just lacking a full team effort. They appear fine once they head into the goal third, but it's getting out of the back ends of the court that they're struggling with at the moment. Baker unsure, but feeds to Swanky anyway. Gets it there, gets it through the hoop, and they're back within 2. Gee, we're really building up for a great final quarter here on Bar TV. Ligaya feeding in on the ground. Johnson, lovely shot. Bobbles in from the front of the hoop. McCrowan to Vassallo. In the air now, Baker takes it. There's a mix-up, but it doesn't matter because a penalty's being given to the Sparks. And now it's inside the circle. Baker decides to quickly offload. 45 seconds on the clock, and there's just 2 goals that separate these teams. 6v8. Johnston outside. She gives it to Tao, and she's found space all on her own. Selwyn and Bowden really should have hung back on her and made that a little bit harder. McCrowan stuck for an option to go forward, so she has to come back off the centre pass. They're building now the Sparks on the inside channel. They try to come back to the transverse line and push up outside instead, and they have found Swanky. Persistence pays off. And with the whistle, we see a 2-goal difference heading into the final quarter of this match. 38-36, the Panthers leading the Sparks. Don't you dare go anywhere. Well, back in round 5, these two teams told a very different story. The Sparks then were up 42-27 before the final quarter, and at full time, they won 51-38. So the fact the Panthers have been able to come out and be so strong tonight, that first quarter has really made the difference for them, as we see Ash Selwyn leading from the back, inspiring some energy into her troops. But it is important to note that the Sparks did win that last quarter 14-13. So they've been able to put 2 14-goal performances back to back. But it hasn't been enough to take the lead so far. Tau to Lagaya, to Bull, in front. Oh, Johnson, beautiful. The way she was able to hold Ash Selwyn back there and keep her front space was something you'd expect from a much more experienced player. Up by 3, the Panthers now. The Sparks yet to score in this final quarter. Can they do it here? All they need to do is find Swanky. Baker, can she shoot her first goal for the match? Oh, she can. A little bit of suspense as it hang in the air. And she's smiling. She's happy with the effort. Lagaya to Bull. Lagaya has covered so much court here tonight. I would have liked to have seen her with a little GPS tracker on to see how much running she's done. The Panthers have hit 40. And for a side that's sitting at the bottom of the ladder, they're pretty happy right now. If they can hold on to this lead, they'll be on a little streak, 2 in a row. Baker, fairway out. She's got some confidence. After that first goal, she's able to back it up. Lagaya to Bull. Tau coming back and popping forward. Gets the ball. Now she's giving it to Johnson. They have to come back to Tau. This time Johnson finds front space. She's not even looking at the post. No, she's too far out. Bull. Oh, good win by Bowden. Oh, and unfortunately it looks like Johnson is a little hurt. She is going to take the penalty though. She does a good job with it. A little bit of a limp. Baker straight out for that centre pass. Oh, and it's been won by Porter. And she bangs her teammate in the face, Lagaya, with the ball, who doesn't seem phased at all. She's got straight on with the job. Johnson's foot was out. Tough women out on court tonight. Peru doing well with front position for the ball. The Panthers up by 3 goals. 3 minutes almost gone in this final quarter. Baker comes back to Vassallo. And now McCrowan sets things up in the pocket. Oh, and they feed to Swanky. She was ready and waiting with her arms up underneath the post. And now the crowd's starting to yell a little more. They're slightly more invested. If you missed the earlier match tonight, the Opens played first here on the ShowCourt. Megan Bull slotting another for the Panthers, 42-39. And the Opens Panthers team won that game, 62-57. So they've inspired their younger under-20 side from Penrith. And if both clubs, who are both in 8th position, could take wins tonight, they'd be a very happy club heading home. Johnson finds Towel out on the inside. And Bull misses the shot. Again, too confident. Needs to be there to take the rebound and back up. Peru to Vassallo. Bowden finds Baker and now in the pocket. Oh, they feed to Tavaga. But Porter, disappointed, has been pulled up for a contact. And Baker will go 1-2 with McCrowan before taking a shot right near the post. 2 goals in it. 10 minutes, 20 left in round 12. Lagaya comes back to Porter. Now they go long across the court. McCrowan steals the ball. It was loose. Baker now in the midcourt. Finds McCrowan in the goal third. They're using this transverse line to reset. And now on the edge of the circle, they found Spanky with a one-handed grab. And with a one-handed dominant shot. She takes them within one. We have a game on our hands. It's a Sparks Centre. They have the chance to go level here. What has happened to the Panthers in the last 2 minutes of play? Contact from behind. Porter gives away a penalty. And Bowden will take it to McCrowan. Now right near the circle for Salo. Feeds to Baker. Mahire, who's come back on, gives away a penalty. And now we're level, 42 apiece. This is the closest it's been all match. Lagaya just the edge over her player as she gives it to Bull. Now Tao finds Johnson. Just look at the post. You are surely close enough to even attempt a shot. Selwyn does well to keep the ball in play. And Sparks will get a penalty in the goal, in their defensive goal third. Waiting for an umpire call. None comes. Selwyn gives away a penalty outside, and so Johnson alone at the back. Lagaya feeds and would like to see Johnson have some more confidence there to take the shot on the baseline, even if Bulls needed to rebound. But Bull does get the ball and takes the Panthers back within one. And our crowd here is starting to get a little more excited. The heat's turning up. Baker comes back to Bowden. She can't hang on to the ball. It's a contact call against Megan Bull, and the crowd doesn't like it. Little fake, Peru. And the action's happening so fast here we can't keep up. Baker, drop ball down to Swanky, who takes them back level, 43 apiece. Lagaya inside the goal third, comes to Johnson, inside channel, looking left, looking right. She finds Bull inside the circle, and now she's trying to find back space, but she's stuck with Selwyn. She finds front space, and will have to take it to the post. No one's there for the rebound. That's the biggest difference here. Selwyn to Peru. Now McCrowan has to come back to Selwyn. Panthers doing well, transitioning attack to defense. Over the long arms of Megan Bull. The ball heads up to the Sparks goal third. And they head back now. Tao keeps the ball in play. And Bowden's given away a penalty that she's not too happy about. Porter goes laterally to Tao. Now they find Lagaya on the transverse line. Bull gives it to Lagaya running back on the edge, and they've found Johnson way too easy. This time she gets the job done. 44-43. 1 goal difference. 6 minutes 40 left in the final quarter. McCrowan to Baker. 1 foot inside the circle. Mahire coming through. Disrupts the play. Can the Panthers stop this ball getting to Swanky? We know Baker can shoot long. But the ball's come out. And it's it seems to be an offside call or a first possession call, something. The Panthers have it either way. Now Tao spies Lagaya in the goal third. Oh, they only have to get it to Johnson, who's waiting alone in the goal circle. And with another goal, they push in front by 2. Smart play by the Panthers, drawing all the Sparks defenders into the midcourt and giving themselves a lot of space at the back. Oh, Lagaya, her feeding has been on point tonight. She's just found Bull. And they go back-to-back very comfortably and very quickly, 46-43, 3-goal buffer. Baker to chase for Salo. There's a lot of yelling being done up on the top court. As we see Baker with a confident shot in front, swish. Lovely one at it. So on court 4, GWS are up over the Erna Hawks by 2 goals. The Sapphires are down to the Central Coast Heart 53-45. And the first court is just out of play. But right now, Johnson is in front and comfortably taking another shot. So Stingrays down to United on court 1, 42-39. Close court, close games up on all courts. McCrowan comes laterally to chase Vassallo. Up and over now. Oh, Swanky surviving some heavy contact and her legs tied up with Mahire. Draws a penalty and she'll take the shot. The Sparks back within 2. Panthers center. Lagaya to Bull. Driving forward now. The Panthers doing well to come towards the ball. They're all looking to get into Johnson. Oh, the call goes against Johnson. Selwyn gets a penalty. McCrowan to Peru. And she'll give it back to her partner at the back. Up and over. Bowden on the transverse. Finds Vassallo. McCrowan, quick work to Baker. Little waist-high pass. McCrowan gets a penalty. Contact from Porter. And up and over. Baker finds Swanky, who finds the net. 47-46. 1 goal difference. 3 minutes 30 to play. Peru to Vassallo. McCrowan desperately running through. They're in the pocket now. And they find Baker with front position. Tavaga really. On Mahire, one of the Panthers players really needs to keep on Baker. At the moment, they're sandwiching Swanky. Oh, a little tip. Peru bangs into Selwyn. The ball pops out. They disrupt the play, but the Panthers get the throw in just outside the circle on the baseline. In now to Bull. Oh, beautiful feed. The timing of the pass was excellent, and they keep themselves in front by 1. The clock winding down, less than 3 minutes to play. Baker to Vassallo, now on the edge of the goal third. The Sparks pushing in, they try to go to Swanky. Baker will have to come back and try and use the edge. An offside call against Porter. Ball won by Tavaga. Or is it? Baker's given the ball. Fair way out. Oh, and she won't miss. The accuracy is crazy from this young shooter. We're 48 all. 2 minutes left. Johnson finds Bull. Selwyn gives away a penalty inside. Bull's able to reset, come a little closer to the post, and slot a goal. All of the Sparks bench yelling out crazily for a held ball. They're not happy at all. Things are starting to get hectic with 1 minute 30 left. The assistant coach for the Sparks just yelling, steal it. That's their only direction. Instructing the defense to go. 1 minute 17 left, 49 each on the scoreboard. Hands on heads from some of the crowd members. Others are clapping, others are yelling. How do you handle the pressure in this moment? Tial at the top of the circle. She finds Bull. Oh, and Bowden, she's pulled it off. She's stolen the ball. And with 54 seconds left, if the Sparks can hang on to possession and score here, they'll hit the front. 47 seconds. Bowden. Now to Vassallo. She draws a penalty. Finds Baker on her own. They'll try and reset and use Peru on the transverse line. Vassallo comes back to Peru again. Bull in desperation has just given away a penalty. And that won't help the clock. Swanky! She's got the ball. She's underneath. And they're in front by one, the Sparks, 50-49. 20 seconds and a centre in their favour. McCrowan just saying, please, everyone, calm down. Let's steady ourselves. Can the Panthers steal it back here? They've led this whole match. And they'll be desperately trying to level it out here. But with 4 seconds left, the clock is going to wind down. The Sparks far too good in this pressure moment. And they hang on to a win by 1 goal. Who would have thought that this game is 6v8? The Sparks sideline celebrating like it's almost a semi-final win. And the Panthers, oh gee, the disappointment, you can just see it in their faces. Unfortunately, they're not able to back up the effort against the Stingrays last week. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right in front of the camera with the Sparks player very shortly. Well, I'm here with Caitlin Campbell, the captain of the under-20s UTS Sparks. Caitlin, did you think you were going to win that match? That was pretty crazy.
Oh, it was pretty tight, but we really put the effort in training this week, and I'm really proud of the girls. We pulled it off tonight. It was pretty nerve-wracking on the bench, but I'm proud of all the girls.
Yeah, there was a lot of yelling being done.
At the last minute, I was like, no, I couldn't look. I didn't want to look, but no, it was good. The girls did really well.
So you were down the whole match and then just came back right at the last minute there.
Yeah.
What was the difference in the end?
I don't know. I just think the fight really came out, which we really needed that. But, you know, I'm really proud of the girls. It's really good. So it's exciting.
So you were the winners last year and runner-up the year before.
Yeah.
And this year you've got sort of a new-look team and you haven't had as much success. Has it been a hard season?
It's been all right. We started off all right, and then we got up and kind of went through a bit of a lull, but it's good to have the win on our belt. So, yeah, hopefully we go up from here.
Well, you're playing the Eastwood Ride Hawks next week, who just pulled off a massive upset by 1 goal over the GWS, who were second. What is going to be the mentality heading into that match?
Just stick to the game plan and just really work hard at training and just come out firing next week.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much. See ya.
All right, back next week with round 13. It'll be the under-20s first here on the ShowCourt. Make sure you stick with us then on Bar TV.